She pulled out her thing. She pulled out Trump receipts. She pulled out, did you know this was the bad boy reunion? She stood up in front of that jury and said, is it not true that you lied about Sean Diddy Combs throwing you into a table? She pulled out Trump receipts. She pulled out room service receipts. She pulled out all this stuff. But do you know the one thing she couldn't do? She did all this when she knew that there was about to be evidence admitted proving that what Bonna said happened. You guys, Diddy's team, in my opinion, just ruined their whole credibility. And it's odd, even with Westmoreland, what she did to Bonna, considering that she is a survivor of SA and everybody on the Birdman team tried to literally tarnish her name. They did the same thing to her that she did to Bonna. Y'all, let's get into this, all right? And before y'all say she was exposed as a liar, she was not. Because what Westmoreland did, and she was very effective. If this evidence had not gotten admitted, and they're going to show it after the lunch break, if it hadn't gotten admitted, I would think that Bono was a liar too. Hey, what's up, birthday boy? I would think that Bono was a liar too, just like I thought that Mia was a liar. But Miss Westmoreland did all this stuff, sowed doubt, sowed discord, called her a liar, and she knows that there's a text about to be admitted dated September 30th, 2016, where Cassie is yelling at KK, who was named to be co-conspirator, for choking Bonna and holding her over the balcony. And this text was dated in 2016, and KK is literally trying to explain it away. Okay, no, don't worry, I'll handle it, all this other stuff. When they know that if you weren't there in the courtroom, you would know in the sidebar, they have been fighting for days to keep it a secret that Diddy tried to settle with Bonna for millions via their friend Rob Holiday. That's why Bonna stopped being friends with Rob Holiday. This is 3 days after it happened. Diddy tried to settle with with Bonna for millions for what happened on that balcony. So let me get this straight. You tried to allegedly settle with her for millions. 3 days after it happened, she has the call log. The defense was fighting to keep it out. And you know how they got it excluded so that the prosecution couldn't bring it up? They said because Bonna, there was no criminal trials against Diddy for that. They were trying to stop Bonna from making a civil lawsuit against Diddy for holding her over the balcony. That's what they were trying to pay her off, so she wouldn't file a civil lawsuit. Since it was not a criminal lawsuit and we're in criminal court, we can't talk about it. You guys, the law is a dirty game. The law is a dirty game, right? And the fact that people are literally sitting here buying in, Diddy's team should be ashamed of themselves. I get it. They'll do anything to win, but at what cost? It is morally bankrupt. And the fact that they did it when they knew this evidence is about to get admitted, you literally went out of your way to paint her as a liar, conniver, con artist. You had $10 million. Don't you want to see that? When you know there is evidence that it happened, you painted her as a liar. Is it not true that you lied to the jury about Diddy ever holding you over the balcony? When there is settlements, he was offering her millions. That's what they're saying. There was settlements. There was settlements, talks that Diddy was begging her to. There was there was doctor stuff, right? And on top of that, there's a text message that Cassie sent KK from 2016 on September 30th, yelling at her for what Diddy did to her friend. And they got the nerve. Y'all, Diddy's team is morally bankrupt. And that's what I mean about being in court. Sometimes you actually just have to be in court and hear what's read, because a lot of the stuff y'all hearing, the judge is deciding what can be admitted and what cannot be admitted. So a lot of stuff that can be admitted and that the jury can hear, we hear on sidebar, and a lot of stuff that can't, we hear that too. Doesn't mean it's not true. It just means that they can't talk about it because you need relevance to talk about. Again, y'all, Diddy 100% hung Mia out. There is a text message, right? There is a text message from Cassie saying as much. And the fact that they are out here on Al Gore's internet acting a fool, it is disgusting. Also, yes, I was on ABC Live, and I was also on Nightline. The link to watch is in the description box. Make sure y'all do that thing. Oh, thank y'all. Thank y'all. Literally, my notes are trying to swim away. Thank y'all so much. Y'all like, yes, I know, but